the trustometer. How much do you trust these hitters will get all the way back on track? 1, you have no confidence in that happening. 10, they will definitely get back on track. And a lot of these names have already started to heat back up, but, trying to find a way to talk about them. Riley Green, 4 for 4 with 2 runs over his last 7 games. He's batting .407 with 3 homers. Where is he on the trustometer?
9.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. As we move on, I might want to lower him to an 8 if everybody's coming out a 9 or a 10, but I'll go 9 for right now with Riley Green.
There's definitely at least one that's not a 9.
All right. Wilson Contreras is coming around 2 for 4 with his 3rd home run in game 2 of their doubleheader. 18 games since April 12th. He is batting .309 with 3 homers, 2 steals, and just a 16% strikeout rate. Where is Wilson Contreras on the trustometer?
Sounds like it's already happened.
Yeah.
10.
I mean, the overall numbers, it's still 222 with a 642 OPS. So, yeah.
I'll go 9 just because he's old, but the strikeout rate, I think, is the most encouraging part there because it was inflated early on for Wilson Contreras.
Rafael Devers is racking up the hits again. Last 5 games, 8 hits, 3 homers, 7 runs, 5 RBI.
20,
10,
30, 50. He has like the best quality of contact metrics of his career. I really think it was just he only played 5 spring games and he needed a week or 2 to get up to speed because it's basically like the numbers weren't there, but all the underlying stuff after the first week has been Rafael Devers.
Yeah. And I think you'll probably say the same thing about his teammate, Jarren Duran, who in his last 8 games is batting .405 with 1 homer and 4 steals.
Well, I'm going to go 9 just because he was never a 10, even on draft day.
Yeah.
So I'm already deciding I'm lowering Riley Green to 8 just to further distinguish my confidence level in these players.
I'll go 9.
The only other thing with Jarren Duran is do want to see more power at some point. Obviously, he's only got 2 home runs to this point. It's a 147 ISO. Last year, that was 207. Even the year before, it was 187. So hoping that the power shows up some point soon. He is hitting the ball really hard. 92.9 average exit velocity there for Jarren Duran.
And the launch angle is even higher than last year. I mean, it wasn't that high last year, but it's higher this year. So that's not been a problem for Duran either. I think if you're making hard contact at the right angles, the power is going to come.
Mark Vientos, last 11 games, he's hitting .310 with 4 homers and 11 RBI. I believe at least one of those came off of a position player. But what about Vientos on the trustometer?
6.
I
was going to say 7, but we're both in agreement it's the lowest right now.
I mean, his chase rate is way down. It's down to 27%. That's by far the lowest of his career. It's actually lower than the league average. He's also, his bat speed is way down, and that's not everything, right? Like bat speed is one in a number of factors to take into consideration. And Scott, you've brought up that it's not clear bat speed tells us a ton that the stats we already have don't.
Mm-hmm.
I mostly agree with that. But when you're looking at a change over year, I do think there's something there, especially in Vientos' case, because it's coming with that plate discipline change where I think he might just be like, despite
selling out for contact.
Yeah, selling out for contact or just making his swing decisions a little later than he needs to try to make sure that he's getting, making the right choice. And that in theory could help the strikeout rate lower. And it has, it's cost him a lot of power.
Mm-hmm.
His quality of contact metrics, really bad right now. His average exit velocity, 90.1 miles per hour. That's 57th percentile. Okay, it's above average, but this is a guy who probably needs, borderline elite quality of contact to really matter. And even lately, his last 50 plate appearances, 299 expected WOBA. So even, those last 11 or 10 games, whatever you cited, Frank, doesn't really seem to be much there in the underlying numbers to back it up. So I'm pretty iffy on Mark Vientos right now. And I was iffy on him coming in. So could be confirmation bias here too.
I was too, and I am factoring in the confirmation bias. If my level of trust in a player wasn't that high coming in, it's going to be lower now, too. I just want to point out, because we have all this new data that can give us new insights into what a player's doing in the moment, what he's done up to this point. It's still not like it still doesn't describe his permanent state.
Yeah.
Like
none of these stats.
A lot of times we would say a player is cold because we had no other way of stating it. But if we had this underlying information available, we probably would have found a lot of the same things. Like if this isn't working, if Mark Vientos has intentionally changed his approach to make better swing decisions and it's not working for him, you would imagine at some point he would revert to his past approach and heat up and do what people expected all along. So that's why I'm only going 7. I mean, you mentioned that in recent at-bats it hasn't improved that much, but he is starting to hit home runs. So, it may be that it won't be long before people are wondering what there was to doubt about Vientos in the first place.
3 other hitters who are struggling much more, but they had big games here on Wednesday. JT Realmuto, 2 for 4 with his second home run of the season, still batting .237 with a .669 OPS. Where is he on the trustometer?
8, only because he's old, but his underlying data is still pretty solid right now.
Yeah, I was going to say 8 also.
All right.
I still have a lot of confidence in him. As thrilled as I am with Agustin Ramirez, I can't move him past the Realmuto line.
Especially 4 steals already after only stealing 2 last year. Sprint speed's back up to 85%. I think JT Realmuto is going to be a must-start guy the rest of the way.
Some signs of life from Vinny P.
Baby.
Vinny Pasquantino, 1 for 4 with his 4th home run. He is batting .177 with a .569 OPS. Where is Vinny P on the trustometer?
He's probably down there at a 7 with Vientos. And part of that is I just still don't have a great grasp of what of what Pasquantino is. Because he's shown flashes throughout his major league career. There have been a lot of injuries that have interrupted things. If you look at this full season stat lines for Vinny Pasquantino, none of them are that impressive. It's just, he was finally starting to get going. He was finally doing what we expected from Pasquantino, and then injury ended it all. So I don't know that he is just what his full season stats show, but if that is all he is, then he's not that big of a deal. He's better in points leagues, obviously. He's definitely a startable hitter there. But pretty
even there, not a difference maker.
Yeah, even there, like 3 fantasy points per game last year for Vinny P.
Yeah.
Which is, it's good, but
you'll notice my analysis was all about it's the same analysis I could have given coming into the season. It has really little to do with what he's done so far, because what he's done so far, I don't think the only thing that it might suggest is that he's feeling that hamstring injury more than has been let on. The hamstring injury that was in play on opening day, right from the very start of the season.
Right before the season, right?
Yep. Anthony Santander blasted a clutch home run on Wednesday here, 1 for 5 with his 4th homer, 3 RBI. He's batting only .175, .574 OPS. First season, new location, big contract here with the Blue Jays. What do you guys think about Santander on the trustometer?
I'm still like a 9 on him. I know the underlying number. This is one where it's kind of the opposite of someone we were talking about earlier, where the underlying numbers aren't there. I think he's just not locked in that classic sense, and eventually he will be, and he'll be fine. That's where I'm at.
As somebody who has a long history of underestimating Santander, take it from me. Don't underestimate Santander.